Hey there, this is Elizabeth, the teaching artist for the Timken Museum of Art, with another art tutorial for you. Today we're going to take a trip to Mexico City. Mexico City is the capital of Mexico and the largest city in the country. Over 21 million people live there, which is almost 7 times as many people that San Diego has. The art and culture of Mexico City is expansive. From the Mesoamerican cultures to now, art has always found a home in Mexico City. Before it was Mexico City, it was called Tenochtitlan. Tenochtitlan was the capital of the Aztec Empire and one of the largest and richest urban areas in the world during the 14th and into the 15th centuries. The Aztecs were a warrior culture who ruled central Mexico in the 1400s. They were highly developed people who were innovative and creative. They did not have a written language with letters like what we are used to, but they had their own spoken language. The writing was composed of pictures, which are called glyphs. The glyphs were composed together to create meaning. The most commonly known example is the Aztec calendar. The glyphs on the calendar represent how the Aztecs measured days, months, and cosmic cycles. Now back to modern-day Mexico. We are taking an Uber to the National Palace to see the world-famous Diego Rivera mural. Within this mural, you will see 600 years of Mexican history from the Aztecs to the present day. Diego Rivera worked on this gigantic artwork from 1929 to 1935. His large murals helped establish the mural movement in Mexico and internationally. San Francisco, New York, and Detroit all have a Diego Rivera mural. Now it's our turn to make some art, but first I have to make sure you have all the needed art supplies: colored pencils, a ruler, paper, and a pencil. Here is an example of what we will be making. It's going to be inspired by the center of the Aztec calendar. To begin, take one of those sheets of paper and draw a circle in the center. Then I want you to draw a trapezoid at the top, a very skinny trapezoid. Please refer to the picture to the left to figure out where things should go. So that skinny trapezoid is taking up the upper fifth of that circle. And then I'm drawing what looks like a parentheses. So there are several parentheses layered together. After that, you're going to go for the eyebrow. Now, for the eyebrow shape, you're going to think about a bird in flight, like one of those things you draw when you're a little kid. So you draw one of those M kind of birds, and then you thicken it up, and that's going to be our brow. Coming down from the brow, go ahead and make a triangular shape. It's kind of a triangle / trapezoid for the nose, and then almond shapes for the eyes. Underneath the eyes, please draw an upside down trapezoid, and above the eyes, draw a right side up trapezoid. The trapezoids are the upper eyelids and the lower eyelids. If you look to the left, you can see the shapes created in the Aztec calendar. After you draw the trapezoids, please draw the circles for the eyeballs in the center of the eye, and then come down to the bottom of the nose and make half circles for the two sides of the nose and the center of the nose. Please don't worry about total perfection. Just give it something that's similar to what you see to the left. Underneath the nose looks like a small rectangle, and then we have an oval shape for the mouth. Inside the mouth, we're going to draw the teeth by drawing a line across the upper part of the mouth and then using those just straight up and down lines for the individual teeth. After that, we're going to create the tongue, which is a triangle shape with a little bit of a trapezoid to it. It's got a flat point. And then next, add an outline around the oval to thicken up the area around the mouth. And then do the same thing in the interior of the circle. Draw a line that borders all the way around the circle to create a likeness of what we're seeing to the left. Next, we're going to add some of the ornament that you can find at the bottom portion of the face, just the circles and the small square and the small rectangle and a small triangle at the top. Next, I'm adding the ring around the triangle, and then I'll be adding more of those apprentices shapes to connect the top trapezoid with the decoration that we just created. After that, I want you to refine a little bit, come in and see where you can add a little bit more detail. Please be referring to the picture to the left in order to do that. I'm starting to notice some of the ornament that I didn't get on that trapezoid earlier, some of the circles at the top that are ornament. And then I'm going to just go ahead and outline the outer edge really dark and go ahead and add another parallel line around the outside of the circle so the thickness of our picture looks more similar to what we're seeing to the left. Now we're going to make this face the center of the sun. The god in the center of the Aztec calendar is the sun god. The Aztecs worship the sun more than any other god. And so we're going to use the sun as our motif to surround the face. So what you're going to need to do is to create diagonal lines to create triangle shapes all the way around the outer edge of the circle. Next, you will be creating teardrop shapes in between every one of those triangles. At this point, feel free to create any kind of pattern or design inside each one of these shapes. I decided to create interior borders inside of each of those shapes and then drew circles inside each of the triangles. Please pause the video and take this step. Alright, you're doing great. We're into the final home stretch. Go ahead and grab that ruler now and trace over the triangles with the ruler and a colored pencil of your choice. The colors for this project are totally and completely up to you. I'm just showing you how to clean up some of the lines with a ruler, and then I just want to mention maybe using black for the face so that no matter what color you color in behind the face, you won't lose the integrity of your drawing. We just spent so much time drawing it, we don't want to lose it. So now for the good part. Go ahead and color in your creation any way you want to. Thank you so much for joining me today and taking the time to be creative.